Okay, so this week, well last week, I received a letter, which is here. Notice to owner, Traffic Management Act 2004. On the 22nd of December 2023, my car was parked in a restricted street during the hours that you're not allowed to park there. And this was St Paul's Square in Bromley. No idea where that is. At 16:56. This is on the 22nd of December. And I need to pay £130 parking charge. So far zero has been paid and zero will be getting paid, which is the important bit. It's now due and I'm legally responsible for dealing with this notice. Do not pass this notice to the driver. Strange. Bit weird that, because if I wasn't driving the car, why would I be? Anyway, that's another note. But anyway, if I don't make full payment within this period, the charge may increase by 50% to £195, etc. But basically, St Paul's Square, Bromley, I will show you that in a second on a map, is in London. And this is from the Borough of London, Bromley, the Borough of London. Never been to London. Well, I have once. It was about 7 years or 6 years ago when it was went in via the tube. I've never drove into London. So this isn't me. My car has been cloned. Yeah. Somebody's driving around with my number plates on their car. Now, I own a white Fiesta. A white Fiesta is a very common car. A Fiesta is an incredibly common car. It's one of the most popular cars in Europe or the world, maybe even. They've sold millions and millions of them. And white ones are quite common, but mine's an ST, and there aren't that many white STs around. Very rarely see one. But this plate has been put onto another Fiesta ST that is white. Now the thing is with this was not me, and I was at work during these hours because I start work at 6 AM and I leave work at 6 PM. So for me to get from my place of work in -1 hour and 4 minutes to commit a parking offence in London in around 300 miles is, well, it's impossible. But the problem I have here is that although I can prove I was at work because I have a time sheet, because I have to swipe in and out when I start work and when I finish work, so I know that I was at work, but I'm relying on the person that I've sent photographic evidence that this is not my car to notice these tiny little differences between the car and my car. There are differences, I can spot them. I know cars, and I don't know a lot about Fiestas, but I know cars quite well, obviously, because this is a car YouTube channel, and I can see the little subtle differences between the two cars, which hopefully, although the picture's taken at night time, which doesn't help as well, you should be able to spot. So we'll go through those differences in a moment. But yeah, so I will not be paying this parking fine because I didn't get it. And of course, they say bailiffs will come round and steal your cat or take half of your microwave oven, like the rotating disc, whatever they say. It doesn't matter. I didn't get this fine. It's not me. The problem is also, actually, when you come to send your evidence to prove that it was not you, they sent me, I think it was around 10 photographs or online or something like that. I'll show you those photographs as well. And it's, you know, it's worded like you were parked here in this hour and, you know, whatever they want to say. And then you can send them back 3 images only, which is useless, and also you get 1,000 characters to plead your case. So the problem I've got is with this is if my car looked identical to the one that was parked badly, how can I prove it wasn't me? Now, luckily for me, I was at work that day, although it was a Friday, but it was actually my day off, but I was in on overtime. But luckily I was at work. Imagine if I hadn't been at work and my car looked exactly the same and I couldn't prove that I wasn't in London. Where do you stand there? It's impossible. But yeah, it wasn't me, and I will not be paying this. But for people that clone cars, I mean, this car could have been driving around probably for a long time before this parking charge appeared. So the chances are that they got the reg plate off the advert when the car was for sale, because this was in December and I only had the car a few weeks, maybe a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks by then. So they probably got the reg plate off the advert, the for sale advert. So this happens probably a lot more than I ever thought of. I mean, is this the only car running around with those plates? Are there several? I mean, who knows? As long as my car's taxed and it's got MOT on it and it's insured, nobody's going to pull that reg plate over. Nobody. Not a single police officer, because it won't flash up as anything. Oh, and the main annoying thing, which I will show in the photographs as well, is I could have proved instantly this wasn't my car, but they've messed the photographs up because they're rubbish. Did they do it on purpose? Who knows? But anyway, let's go through these photographs. So they sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 photographs, 11 photographs, and I could only send them 3 in return. These are duplicates for some reason, but 1, 2, 3. That's all I could send them. What I'm going to do is I'll go through these photographs actually on the screen instead of looking at them on the laptop, because that's just ridiculous, and I'll just do a bit of overdubbing for the first time, see how that works. So these are some of the images that they sent of the car. That's the windscreen there, which also instantly has a difference to it because there's no sun strip on it. That's the front of the car. To the left hand side wheel you can see it's a standard alloy, mine aren't. It doesn't have a splitter on it as well. And then next up, this is the back end of the car. So I've got a black spoiler add-on on the top of the spoiler and on the bottom of the bumper. So their differences, we'll look at some more. Now also Bromley is, well, it's London. So as we zoom in here, we can see amazing London, which is a long way away from where I live. I can't remember how many miles it is, about 300 I think. And this is St Paul's Square. Now this is where I worked out where the car was parked. It was parked sort of right about sort of there on that bit of street there. So we'll put that onto the little man and have a look at the street view. So yeah, so it's parked here, sort of right in front of that blue sort of door there. That's where it was parked. And it was there for, I don't know how long it was there for, to be honest, but it was at 4 minutes to 6, so there you go. So comparing the visual differences to the back end of my car, initially the number plate on the back actually has a dealership stamp on the bottom of it, which the cloned plate car doesn't. Also my ST badges are like a Union Jack sort of style. The ones on that car are red. And also the upper part of my spoiler's got like a black extension on it, and the lower bit on the bumper, that's a black piece on there as well. So those are like visual differences, but they're only small differences, so like I say, it's up to someone to spot them, which, you know, obviously I can see them. From this angle here, it does look very similar. One noticeable difference, that unless you know Fiestas very well and STs very well, this would appear to be an ST3 because the wing mirrors are folded back. Unless that's been spec'd on an ST2, I don't know if it can, but mine's an ST2, and my wing mirrors don't fold back when it parks or when you lock it, so my wing mirrors just stick out like that. Also, it's very hard to notice in this picture, but bottom of my bumper does have a black front splitter on it. That other car does not have that, and my wheels are definitely not standard wheels. Also, another thing to notice is that on the side of the wings on my car, it has like a black triangle with the ST logo in, and also the one that's been parked, the cloned one, doesn't have that, which is another sort of subtle difference as well between the two of them. And this is probably my favourite photograph that they sent, because this would have instantly shown that this is not my car. Just underneath the wiper blade there, which is the wiper's stopped in the wrong position, but that's actually the VIN number and the location of the VIN number on the car. You can't make it out in the photograph, it's blurred. I've zoomed in and you just can't see it, but instantly that would have shown that's not my car. So that photograph there, if there's a better quality version of it, which they haven't sent me, they maybe have it, but I can show you that, I can show them that's not my VIN. So that is definitely a cloned car, 100%, and definitely not my car. Yeah, so after I received the letter, the first thing I did was I checked online as to what to do. Basically, the first thing to say was to report your car as cloned to the police. So that was the first thing I did. I phoned up Cumbria Police and reported it as cloned. So I've got an incident report number, which may lead to a bit of a problem that I may get pulled over quite a few times up until they're satisfied that my car is my actual car. I had to sort of tell them a couple of subtle differences that my car has that the other car doesn't have. But basically, as I say, it's a white Fiesta and it has that plate on it, and as soon as that plate's registered to the police, they will probably pull you over. But I'm okay with that because I know my car's legit and I've got my driving licence, and well, I won't have the V5, but I've got my driving licence in my pocket just in case. But yeah, like I say, my VIN will match my plate if they want to run it, so it's not really a problem, and I can prove who I am, so that's fine. But what else can I do? Pretty much nothing. I am 100% in the hands of the person that is identifying the information that I've sent to them. So if they decide that car is the same, then they're going to ask me for money, which I ain't paying because it ain't the same and it wasn't me. So this is where we're at, and there is nothing further that I can do. So yeah, so my car has been cloned, and just hopefully it's not been involved in anything serious or any other problems, because that's really shit, to be honest with you. But so yeah, congratulations on buying a Ford Fiesta. It's probably happens to a lot of people. First time it's ever happened to me. It has happened to the wife before, actually. Her BMW from many years ago was cloned, and it was taken off her by the police at the time, and then given back a few days later, I think. But yeah, luckily this is the only thing that's come through for me, is a parking charge. So far there's no speeding fines, there's nothing else, and as far as I know, from ANPR, the car's never flagged up as been required or stopped or anything in London, as far as I know, from a little bit of digging that I've done. So yeah, congratulations on buying a Ford Fiesta. This has been the greatest 2 months ever. Hopefully this fine will be quashed. I can't see why I'd have to pay it, but you never know with these companies. They're very persistent for absolutely no reason. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Also, yeah, if anybody has any further advice they'd like to add in the comments, please do, because in case I need any more help on this situation, it'd be much appreciated. Thanks for watching.